New at 7 o'clock, the growing cryptocurrency space is making its way to America's fastest sport in America. NASCAR has its first driver paid through the digital form of money. Fox 46's Brett Baldock is a NASCAR expert. When it comes to cryptocurrency, though, well, none of us can claim that title. What's the connection here? Good morning.
Good morning, Jason. Well, this connection developed pretty quick with a young driver named Landon Castle, who is pretty well versed in technology as well as cryptocurrency. He's not only being paid in cryptocurrency, but he's also giving plenty of cryptocurrency companies sponsorship space.
We've promoted the Shiba Inu token.
32-year-old NASCAR driver Landon Castle isn't speaking a different language. He's describing different types of cryptocurrency. Landon is a racer at heart, but you could also consider him a cryptocurrency expert. He's the first driver being paid with the digital currency. He also has at least 3 cryptocurrency sponsors.
For the most part, I've really enjoyed it. It's also brought in a huge community of new fans. We have part of this program with Voyager. They really want to reach out to the crypto community and just involve people because crypto is all about community.
Voyager is like a cryptocurrency brokerage. Its executives came on board as sponsors of Landon Castle when NASCAR visited Nashville last month. Landon may be the first driver sponsored and paid in digital currency, but he won't be the last.
If they're doing a deal with a real company that's really trying to promote and they just want to pay in Bitcoin or something like that, I don't see why a driver wouldn't do it.
A driver first has to understand the mystifying cryptocurrency life.
Cryptocurrency is a digital form of value that exists because of math and science.
If you're still confused, don't worry. Even members of Castle's own family are still learning.
For my wife, it's been an interesting progression because she's gone from being skeptical and, I'm not sure if this is where we should be spending our money or investing our money to, in May of this year when Bitcoin hit $60,000, she looked at me and said, I wish you would have bought more.
Now, Landon tells me he first got involved with cryptocurrency about 3 years ago when Dogecoin, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, if not Doge. Oh, thank you, my photographer just helped me. Dogecoin sponsored a car in NASCAR, but they did not pay the driver in the cryptocurrency. They only sponsored him. So again, Landon is the first driver that has a sponsor and is paid in the cryptocurrency as well. Jason, back to you. I told you I even pronounced that one word wrong, so I know nothing about cryptocurrency.
It's okay. None of us do. We're all at the station really trying to wrap our head around this. By the way, the Shiba Inu dog is the mascot for the Dogecoin, so you'll recognize that when you see it. Well, here's my question though. So Landon, he's paid in cryptocurrency. I know it's digital, which is hard for me to wrap my head around because every time we show the story of cryptocurrency, we show coins and dollar bills. That's not what that is. So that makes it worse. But how is he actually handed money?
Okay, so stay with me here. So he talked about Voyager. That is one of his sponsors, and he has a Voyager account, which is similar to a bank account where you can put in cryptocurrency. So they add his cryptocurrency payments to his Voyager account, and then he pays his race team in, I guess, regular money, and he somehow is able to, I guess, take it out. But he tells me Voyager accounts, cryptocurrency accounts add up more interest faster than a bank account. So hopefully you all stayed with me for that. If not, you can join us in our 8:30 half hour. We'll talk more about what cryptocurrency will mean for the sport of NASCAR and why they are drawn towards these younger drivers. Back to you.
I admit I do have a headache now, Brett, but I did hear you say that interest grows quicker with cryptocurrency, so now you piqued my interest. All right, thank you, Brett. We'll catch up with you next hour.